What's up, YouTube? This is 97 Zachariah. I'm back with two inventions today. I have my car propulsion unit, which uses implosion instead of explosion to power the car. And now, stand with me here. Stay with me. I have a teleportation suit. Yes, teleportation suit. Now, obviously, this is probably the more interesting one, so I'll explain this one first. What's going to happen is the suit is going to be made out of quasi-crystalline nanofibers that will be interwoven with a elasticy kind of breathable materials that you can wear. It'll go around your whole body. There'll be a mask you can pull over. Their shoes will be attached, so you won't have to put on anything. There will be a tread at the bottom, kind of like those new toe shoes, sort of. But it'll be attached to the suit. It's going to be a onesie, basically. You just kind of unzip the back and step into it. Zip it up. The nanofibers will all converge at a a watch right here. On whichever wrist, doesn't matter. Inside the watch is going to be the Thought laser unit. What it's going to be is it's going to have a magnetic turbine at the back, which is going to have kind of an icosahedron cone coming to a point, and then that point is going to have a tube attached to it that's going to curl around and come into the chamber right here. So magnetic turbine, tube coming into the chamber, okay? Right here is going to be a one-sided mirror. Well, a one-way mirror. So light can come in, but it can't go out. So it'll come into the system this way, going through, and it'll be focused inside, it'll be focused inside this chamber to the resonant frequency of this crystal. There'll also be an LED display right here. The LEDs will... Basically, there's going to be one LED per color in the visible light spectrum. So every single color is going to be displayed in this. So the lights will come through, bang around here between these two mirrors, vibrating at the resonant frequency of this crystal. This crystal is going to be a quasi-crystalline crystal that is synthetically created to resonate at the same frequency as human thought patterns when humans are in a meditative state. So, the light will then hit here, where there's going to be a lens that will focus the light into a series of lenses here. These lenses will focus the light until it reaches this. This is going to be either a double icosahedron shape, where the two icosahedrons are facing each other, points facing away, or it's going to be a triad. I haven't figured out which one yet. Which one would be better. But inside this triad or double icosahedron is going to be a layer of mirror material inside, so all light will be reflected back into the center, and in the very dead center is going to be a sphere of the same material as this crystal. So it's going to be a quasi-crystalline. The light will hit this crystal right here and will break at a 90-degree angle into the quasi-crystalline fiber optics that are woven into the fabric. Around the quasi-crystalline is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tubes at the least focused in, in the same structure as the classical atom. Inside the tubes are going to be superfluid. They're basically the same coils I use in my other design for an anti-gravity device. So, the light will come in, bang around in here, resonate the same frequency as this crystal. This allows the light to be controlled by thought as well. It will focus through here into this crystal, which will beam it out into the quasi-crystallines. But while it's passing through this magnetic field, it will vibrate at the same resonance as the magnetic field, which is going to be vibrating at the same resonance as these quasi-crystallines in here, because the magnetic field is going to be created around the quasi-crystalline, as the quasi-crystalline is going to basically serve as the nucleus, kind of. So when this device is turned on, it will create a magnetic field around the person that will be able to be controlled by thought. So when the person sits down and meditates and thinks of a specific place, it'll instantly teleport them there. And there will be no reatomizing or anything, because it's raising the frequency of the person and moving space around the person instead of the person moving through space. That's this design for a teleportation suit. I'm going to let that sink in for a little bit while I flip my pages to my next design. Okay. This is designed for a car propulsion unit that uses implosion instead of explosion. In the front of the car, right above or below the headlights, because there's going to be no engine in here, so the front area is going to be open, except for, capacitors, battery charging units, and stuff like that you're going to need to store in there. Connected to, right above or below the headlights are going to be magnetic turbines. Connected to the magnetic turbines are going to be helical tubes. These two tubes will come out from the magnetic turbines and helix around each other, spiraling around each other to create a helix, Inside the helix at the bends are going to be guide vanes to angle the airflow into the center of the tube so nothing hits the sides, thus vortexing the energy even faster.
My word.
Once the energy exits the tubes, it'll reach a compression unit, which is going to have a 10 to 17 stage mini compressor attached to a rod that will be attached to a nitinol thermal expansion unit, so that when this gets too hot, the nitinol will expand to its original state, allowing for thermal expansion. When it cools, it'll be able to stretch and be pliable, so it'll move along with the motion of this turbine, or compressor. Connected to the rod will be a small turbine to allow for more intake of air. After the turbine is going to be guide vanes that will spiral the energy even further into an impeller. The impeller is going to be mouth of the vortex facing the compressor, the butt of the vortex facing outside. So if this were a car, sorry for my crappy drawing, but the magnetic turbines and everything will be here, running all the way through, where this will be the compression unit, and then the impeller is going to be back here, where there's going to be a small hole here for the air vortex to leave. This will push the car forward. The faster the car goes, the more air is going to be pushed in, the faster it's going to go. Now, to get this car originally started, it's going to be electric powered. What's going to charge the electric motor is going to be this. Attached to the wheel, say this is a wheel, this is going to be a rod that's going to have teeth on it that's going to connect to another rod with the opposite teeth so they'll match and hook up so it'll spin. Connected to a free spinning flywheel. The flywheel is going to be connected to a locking mechanism that will have a neodymium shaped, crystal shaped neodymium core, which is going to be connected to another free spinning flywheel, which is going to be connected to the other wheel. Around the neodymium is going to be coil of wire. On top is going to be a crescent neodymium. At the bottom is going to be crescent neodymium. Positive, negative. So it's going to spin inside, charging a capacitor, battery, or whatever you're using. So yeah, those are my designs. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm always open for critique or whatever. I'm also redesigning my flying saucer. I'm in the process of that. I'll post that in another video once I finish it. Okay.